All right, let's jump right into this week's pronunciation diagnostic. We're going to break down a speech sample to see what's working really well, and more importantly, figure out the key areas that'll give you the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to improvement. Let's get to it.
Okay, so here's our starting point, a score of 45 out of 100, comparing this to a native American English speaker. Now don't think of this as a grade. Think of it more like a map. It gives us a really clear baseline, and now we get to dig into the fun part, the details, to see exactly how we can get that number up.
First things first, we're going to zoom in on the individual sounds, the phonemes. We'll start with the ones that are causing the most trouble, because honestly, focusing on these is the fastest way to make your overall speech a whole lot clearer.
Let's dive into this table. Right away, you can see that American R really stands out with a score of just 10. And the main reason for that, it's consistently getting dropped before consonants. You hear it in words like Cornwall, world class, and years. Next up is the L sound. We're specifically talking about that tricky dark L that happens at the end of words. It's getting a bit lost. Then we have the voiced th sound, like in the or this, which is often being switched out for a harder D sound. The V sound could also use some work. It's losing that vibration in words like visited. And finally, we've got a couple of vowels to keep an eye on. That R-colored vowel in world and the A sound in attraction, which just needs to be a little more open.
But hey, it's not all about the stuff that needs fixing. It's just as important, if not more so, to look at what you're already doing really well. This is the foundation we can build everything else on. So let's check out the high points.
And this is awesome to see. Look at those plosive sounds, the P, T, and K. They're super crisp, scoring a 95. Same goes for nasal sounds like M and N. The S and Z sounds, totally spot on. And even some important vowels like the E in people and that A sound in famous are coming through clearly and accurately. So what does this all mean? It means the core building blocks for clear speech are totally there. That's a huge head start.
Okay, so we've looked at the theory and the individual sounds. Now, let's get practical. We're going to look at some specific words from the script to see exactly where these challenging sounds pop up in real life.
These are some really high-impact words to practice. Let's start with Cornwall. The goal here is to really get that R sound in there, so it's not Kongwall. Then you have world class. This one is a fantastic workout because you get the R-colored vowel, the R sound, and that dark L all in one. We want to move away from world ass to a much clearer world class. For years, it's simple. Just make sure that R is there. In financial, it's all about getting a clean dark L at the end. For the and this, try to feel the vibration of that th sound instead of the hard stop of a D. And finally, with visited, let's focus on getting a nice, clear, buzzing V sound.
Okay, we've gone from the big picture score all the way down to the nitty-gritty of individual sounds. So let's tie this all together into a simple, actionable game plan. What are the absolute top priorities?
Here it is, your 3-step priority list. Number 1, without a single doubt, is mastering the American R. This is the one thing that will have the biggest impact on your score. Really focus on how it sounds before consonants. Priority 2 is sharpening the difference between your L and R sounds, especially that tricky dark L. And priority 3, nail those th sounds. Just work on the tongue placement for both the voiced one in the and the unvoiced one you'd find in birthday. Seriously, getting these 3 down will make a huge difference in your overall clarity.
And there you have it. We went from a single number all the way to a clear 3-step plan. The analysis is done and the path forward is clear. Now, the real work begins. So the only question left is, what are you going to practice first?